Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Trisha Montgomery, and you're listening to Pets Are Family. Welcome. Hey, Trisha. How's it going today?
Jessica, I'm doing really well, really well. I feel like I'm in the clouds here. I like this background. You know, we had the gray last time. I think people are seeing the transitions here, so kind of like this.
All right. Well, we'll see what I come up with next week.
Who knows? Who knows? How are you? So, getting a little cooler in Chicago. Is that right? You're in Chicago. I'm in Florida. It's always hot in Florida.
Yeah.
Getting a little cooler there for you?
A little. It's a little cooler. It's humid today, so we'll see.
Always humid here. Always humid here. Not good. Not good for the hair.
No, not good. Nope, not. And my hair doesn't matter. I pretty much the only time I wear it down is when we're taping.
I mean, you wear a back or in a ponytail. Yeah.
Usually it's on the top of my head because I'm getting down and doing business. Gotta put it on. Go to work.
Go to work mode. I love that. I love it. What's happening in your corner of the world? Anything new and exciting?
Not really. I don't know what's new and exciting in my world. I don't know. Well, we're getting ready to, just because this is going to be coming out soon, but we should be home by the time this comes out. Yeah.
So yeah. But we will have just been at Super Zoo. And
you'll see videos from us from Super Zoo, and I will just be getting back from Indy. So I will be at, Brickyard. My sister is so jealous. So jealous. She was like telling me this morning on the phone that there's a song called "I'm So Jealous" or something like that. I've never heard it. And she's like singing, it's stuck in her head, and she's singing it to me this morning.
Easy. She's got to come on and sing that song to us. And she should come on as a pet parent. I mean, she just should. Yeah. So you get to go to that. That's at Rock the Cat Box at Indy Speedway and in Brickyard. So
that's gonna be next. That's gonna be for us. It'll be over by the time this comes out. So, but yeah.
And then we're at Super Zoo. We're going to be walking around Super Zoo. We've got some amazing people at Super Zoo that we're with, and there's just a lot of great stuff happening here. And we are so excited because we've got some great guests coming up. I think we've got the doggy doula coming up soon. We also have, just a lot of fun stuff for you guys as pet parents out there. And we want to hear from you guys too. So anyway, but today we have Ed Navarro, and he's going to be talking about pet insurance. And what I found remarkable, and I think we know this, but less than 5% of the pet population and pet parenting population is insured. And that's a heck of a lot considering 68% of all, we all own a pet, one or more pets.
Pretty much.
And the amount of money and the decisions that we face if something happens to that pet, and, if we can't afford it, what happens, and, how, and really what they're doing to help educate pet parents. I love that. So let's bring him on. Ed Navarro, the president of Pet Premium.
Let's go.
Hello, Ed Navarro at Pet Premium. How are you? We're talking to the big guy, the kahuna, the chief tomato, big dog at Pet Premium, Ed Navarro. How are you, Ed?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. I can't complain today. At least it's cooling off. At least for me, it's cooling off. But, I'm always cold. I took my sweater off for you.
Well,
wow.
Awesome to be here with you and get a chance to share what Pet Premium's all about and what we do and why we do it. I'm very excited to spend a bit of time with you guys.
We are as well, Ed. And I tell you what, I think I met you months ago and we continued conversations, and I was so intrigued by Pet Premium simply by you're doing things really in a different way at Pet Premium, that you're talking about pet insurance in a way that really complements the pet parent and the pet itself. And you're looking at the broad market of all insurance companies. First of all, Ed, I mean, you're the president. How did this come to be? How did you come up with the company? And let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So back in 2019 and 2020, we had an idea that pet insurance was just not at the level that it needed to be, and I'll explain why I think that's important in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we came together as a group and we said, what can we do to change the dynamic, change the face of pet insurance,
Right.
and really get more pets insured? I mean, that's our main focus. We want to get more pets insured. The reason that's important to us and should be important to pet parents is that, if all of us know vets, all of us have relationships with vets, veterinarian groups, and every veterinarian that you talk to will say they have either encountered a point in their practice, or they know of people who have, or they know it's coming the day when a pet parent brings the pet in and there's an illness, a sickness, a disease, and they don't have the wherewithal to pay for the medical treatment that's necessary.
Yeah.
And for all of us who love our pets and adore pets and are focused in this pet environment, we know that's a gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching scenario that should never take place, because if you have a simple pet insurance policy, that conversation would never have to take place. And every veterinarian will tell you it is the most difficult conversation to have, because not only for the pet parent, but for the veterinarian who has to put the pet down when he knows or she knows that there is definitely treatment. It's just so cost prohibitive that they can't afford to do it, and the pet parent can't afford to do it. And the ultimate suffering individual is the pet, and then the pet parent and the veterinarian. So all the constituents involved are suffering through this conversation. So we said, what can we do to try to start to break the barriers down of why pet insurance is important, why people should have it, and what it does, from a societal perspective. So that led us to forming Pet Premium. And our thought process was, it's a fragmented, pet insurance is a fragmented offering. So what could we do to bring the offering together so that it wasn't so fragmented, and it gave people options, and it gave them a kind of a one-stop, one view, one focus of what's in the marketplace and how that would impact them and how they could take advantage of it. So that's how we got started, and that's where we're at today.
I love that, Ed. I was very impressed by you all and how you've taken really all the pet insurance companies. I think there's a couple that are not on there, but most of them, and you put them all on one place so that the pet owner can select themselves. But also, I think importantly, what I want to talk about is it less than 5% of pet parents and pets are insured? And thinking of all the companies and veterinarians and pet owners and pet people, all of this audience, that less than 5% are insured. And I'm amazed by that statistic.
Yeah. And Tricia, you're so spot on. There are, in today's marketplace, there's less than 5% of the pets are insured. 68 to 72%, depends on what statistics you're looking at. 68 to 72% of the population of America today has a pet. Households have pets.
That's
so you
true.
gotta wonder what is going on here, that people are purchasing pets. They're bringing them into their home. They're part of their family. But yet they don't see the importance or the need for pet insurance. So we've done a lot of surveys. We've done focus groups. We've talked to people, and there's a couple of, I'd say there's some real interesting reasons why people don't buy pet insurance. We'll start off with the first one. Let's put that right on the table. The elephant in the room is price. Everyone's worried it's too expensive. I can't afford $30, $40, $50 a month for pet insurance. And I'll roll the dice. And if there's a catastrophe, a major illness or sickness or disease or broken bone or ingested sock, I'll have the money to pay for it. But if you look at in today's society, you look at statistically, most people are $750 away from a financial catastrophe in their household.
Especially now with where we are within the economy.
High inflation, the economy where it's at. It's just so
crazy. Yeah.
So crazy, so important that people have pet insurance. So the first one is
story,
cost.
Ed. I got to tell you a story about the sock. I just got it.
Sure.
I got it.
Sure.
It's so not related, but totally related, but not related. Okay. And it's insurance, but it has nothing to do with dog insurance. But I got to tell you this story. Okay. Because it makes me laugh every time you talk about a dog eating a sock, because it's so funny. So I have been having some issues, a lot of issues actually, but I've been having blockages myself. And the doctor came I was in the ER.
I'm eating socks.
Listen to this. So I'm high on morphine, high as a kite on morphine, because I was in so much pain. And the ER doctor comes in and he goes, well, ma'am, he goes, you have a blockage. Okay. I'm high as a kite. I mean, high as a kite. Right. And I looked at him, I tilt my head like a puppy and I go, I haven't eaten a sock. And he tilts his head that way. He goes,
I love it.
He goes, you eat socks? And I'm like, how does a human get a blockage? I'm like, I don't eat socks. I mean, I'm like having an argument with him about eating socks because I relate blockages with socks. I was like, and he just kept looking at me. He goes, why would you eat a sock? I'm like, how does a human get a blockage? I could not understand how I had a blockage. And he's like, why are you eating socks? It was like a 5-minute argument about socks. I just had to tell you that.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's great. I love it.
I think that's a great segue though into humans and pets are family. Would you not insure your child? Would you not insure yourself? And that cost from a family member, how important that is, even if he eats socks as a human or not.
I was like, mine cost 50 grand, his would cost 5,000. You know what I mean? It's 10% less. That's it. You know what I mean? It's the same price, I just didn't ingest the sock. That's the only difference. I didn't eat the sock.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Ed.
I think you're right. And Jessica, that's the kind of story that we can relate to as humans, right?
Yeah.
We can relate to that. But we have to speak for our animals because they can't speak to us. They can't speak for themselves. It's incumbent upon us who are in this together with our pets to make sure that our pets have a voice. And that voice is, if you insure your family, I'm part of your family, please insure me. So again, what Pet Premium is doing is we're bringing all of, the majority of the insurance companies onto the platform, full transparency, that we don't hide anything because, we're not underwriting policies. We're just bringing everybody together. Think of us as the kayak of insurance, pet insurance. We bring everybody onto the platform. We get quotes so that people don't have to go insurance company by insurance company looking for the best policy. And then we just offer them up on the platform and people can read through what's covered, what's not covered. They can look at the pricing. They can look at the different options and they can make an informed decision about which policy is best for them, for their budget, and for their pet who's part of their family. And
Right.
so that's why it's important to do it the way we do it, I think. And we're getting great response in the marketplace. People love the transparency. People love the opportunity to shop from their own home without having to speak to a lot of people and get a sales pitch.
Right.
This is about, you go onto the platform, you figure out what works for you. If you have questions, we have chat boxes you can refer to. We can help you through the process, but it's really an informed decision that you make on behalf of your pet, because again, your pet has no voice. So you become the voice for the pet.
Yeah, my sister has a large breed dog, a very, very large breed dog. And when she got it, you know what I mean? Because she took years to decide to get this dog. And I was like, you need a pet insurance. And I was like, you have to. And she's like, and I'm like, no. I'm like, you have to. And I was like, this is not an option. And so she's like, all right, do you think really? And 11 months old towards ACL, 11 months towards ACL, 14 or 24 months old toward the other ACL. And I was like, and she's like, thank you. And I'm like, yep. I mean, because, and then she's 6 now, you know what I mean? And now she's got hip dysplasia. I'm like, it paid for itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
I don't think people think about that though. I think pet parents are short-sighted. I think it's the right here, the right now. I want to talk about education of pet parents for insurance. I mean, there's so many, we talked about the barriers, Ed, but from a standpoint of, how can we better educate pet parents to make, do you do a comparison of humans? How can we, as, pets are family and what we do, understand about, I see your face there, Jessica. That's
it's not like you bring home a baby and say, this baby's going to be sicker than that baby over there. You know what I mean? But there's certain breeds that do have
absolutely.
But you can't compare those to humans. That's why I'm giving you that look. You know what I mean?
I'm saying from a human perspective that you need insurance as a human, that you need insurance for your family member, for a child, for a baby, for, until your child goes off your insurance policy at age 26, believe you me, I know that well. So from a standpoint of that we need more, that we need to push this message. And I will say also to you, Ed, coming from the veterinary profession, I don't think people think about that from a standpoint of, you talked about how hard it is on the veterinarians to see an animal that might, just need a workup, a surgery, and that pet parent cannot afford that. And that animal is euthanized. I've seen that before, coming from the shelter world and coming from the veterinary profession. And that's saddening. So what do we do?
I think it's a great question. And I think, what we're trying to do is, with our partnership with you, which we think is a fabulous partnership, and the outreach that, we're doing together to pet parents, giving them more information about why insurance is important. Our website has, some unbelievable articles. It has, some great blogs. And we have a whole breeds listing. So every breed, any possible illness, ailments that are, that are part of that breed group is highlighted. So if people are buying a pet or going to a shelter and picking up, a dog or a cat, they can go on to our site and they can look and see, I think, Jessica, your sister probably didn't understand, or maybe she did understand, the illnesses and the ailments that her large breed dog could have. And so what we want to do is we want to try to educate people prior to them getting their new pet, and make sure they know what's going to happen, what comes along with owning a pet. What are the potential pitfalls? What should you be aware of? What should you should be looking forward to have happen or could happen? And then again, making an informed decision based on the facts. There's no biases in what we say. This is all stuff that's printed by trained professionals. So we're trying to make it easier for people to understand the cost associated with owning a pet. So before you make the decision, what goes along with that decision. Because I think we all know, it's one point. I think we all know that getting a pet for most people was an impulse decision. They didn't think it through.
I'm gonna go no on that one on mine.
According to the American Animal Hospital Association, more people spend more time selecting an appliance than they do a pet.
I'm gonna go no with me. I'm gonna say no because I always wanted an English
category by
bulldog.
yourself.
Yeah, I always wanted an English bulldog, but when I found out how many medical problems I had, because I did do my research, and when I mean, drop 10 grand easy, fast 10 grand in the first year or two. And how many, their folds, their nose problems, their breathing issues, all that stuff. And I was like, nah, I got those myself. I don't need to have a dog that has them with me. Nope.
Right.
So what do? I get a Shih Tzu. And I've got the best little Shih Tzu, you know what I mean? He's 12 and he went blind at 12, you know what I mean? And I don't blame him. And his mom is going blind with him. So we're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
like mom.
Yeah, we're blind together. But no, I did do my research like that. I mean, I was one because I thought I wanted a Jack Russell Terrier until I found out how energetic they were. I'm like, mom's a little lazy. But that's the truth is you got to do your research on your breeds and you got to, like you said, you've got to know what it's kind of like the warning labels on drugs. I hate to say that, you watch these commercials, and they go, you may cause drowsiness, blah, 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 blah. You kind of need to know the warning labels of dogs. They may be, itchy, scratchy, have allergies, sinus problems, anything smush face, blah, blah, blah. It's true.
I'm going to jump in here, Ed, perhaps that, that can be a marketing tip on your website, to have a warning label for those dogs on the Pet Premium website. Jessica just gave you that.
That's a great idea.
Feel free to use that. I love what you're doing, though, from the education standpoint, Ed, of educating pet owners and talking and giving them the resources that they need for that, for that insurance and for understanding about that. And you guys are also working with veterinarians. You're really putting in shelters and you're really putting that word out there. And I love that because it's so important. And I think what I also love about you guys, you're working with people who can't afford sometimes insurance, and you're helping them understand about that and perhaps get something that may be more accessible for them within their budget range, because we know many of the pet parents out there that are within our audience and the shelters that we work with through our the American Association of Pet Parents. They don't have a lot of money. They just don't. So working with those people to make insurance accessible for everyone too. And I love that you guys are doing that too. So big love to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks. And we appreciate it. And look, the way I look at it is there should be a policy for everybody. So if you kind of think this through, younger dogs, and a lot of different breeds, but younger dogs, they're probably, all you probably need for them is what's going to happen to a younger dog. They're probably going to have an accident of some sort.
Yeah, pulled muscles, because they're strength overplaying, scratches. bites,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that-
Maybe a
the
broken
chances of-
bone because they jumped off of something they shouldn't have been on.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That was
Yeah.
my sister Cheryl. She just got Ollie, and he was a party poodle, and he was just jumping, bing, 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 like a tigger. And tigers are wonderful things. Their bottoms are made out of rubber. Their tops are made out of spring. Sorry, just went to the Winnie the Pooh song.
I
don't know
can't
what-
believe you know that.
Wow.
She does that often. She just starts
I know what you like the song. will come
breaks
in my
out
head
into songs and stuff. And I'm just
all
like,
the time,
not
all the time. But he did that, and so thank heavens that she did have insurance for that too, because
Yeah.
that was a very expensive thing from baby basically 5 months old, and he had to be really put in there. So
you got a peg leg. That's what I call it when they get cast. They get peg leg.
They get a peg leg,
Yeah, they get a peg leg. It cracks me up.
Yeah.
But Ed, we love what you're doing, and thank you for educating pet parents. Thank you for educating the community and all the work that you do. Ed, if our audience wants to find out how to contact you, where do they get in touch with you? Where do they get a hold of you?
They can reach us at petpremium.com. That'll take them right to our website. And then on there's links that you can reach out to, people inside the company. You can reach me at ed@petpremium.com. I'm easy to find, easy to reach. And, I get back with everybody in 24 hours. So
I love it.
questions, concerns, comments, we take them all. And our role is really to get more pets insured, give pet parents the peace of mind they need when they're raising their pet, and then help people in shelters who are bringing pets home for the first time. Try to make sure that they have the necessary information and understanding of how they can get pet insurance, and try to find a policy that suits their financial budget, so that they're not left behind and have to make that dreaded decision of putting your pet down because you can't afford to take care of it. So we're focused on that. We love the opportunity to spend time with you, and we really enjoy and love I call it companionship with the American Association of Pet Parents, because you guys are like our companions, and I don't want to call you a business partner because it's more than that. It's
a relationship.
philosophy, it's an understanding, and it's a
Married
focus
yet.
on pet
I'm
health.
not married. We're kind of married, so I'll take that. I'm okay.
I thought I was your work wife. No, watch out.
That's right.
Just kidding, my work wife. And
Good.
thank you for being with us today. You could spend your time with anybody, and you chose to spend it with
My
us. We
pleasure. The
appreciate
pleasure
it.
was absolutely mine, and we, on behalf of myself and all the people at Pet Premium, thank you so much for inviting us in today. It was wonderful. I had a great time, and look forward to talking to you both again soon. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, Ed.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was interesting.
I love your sock story.
I was going to say, now you know what I think about when I'm high. Eating socks. Seriously.
Medical thing going on here, a little bit of
Okay, what would you think? I mean, seriously, I'm in the hospital. My stomach hurts. I thought it was my gallbladder because I was convinced because during the pandemic, I went into the hospital. They told me it was my gallbladder was going, and they told me it wasn't an emergency because it wasn't going to rupture. And they literally during the pandemic, they sent me home and told me it wasn't an emergency and told me to tough it out till I couldn't handle it anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes. I couldn't handle it anymore. So I thought it was my gallbladder. It was like, I'm getting my gallbladder out today. So when he came back in and looks at me and goes, it's a blockage, I was just like, what? I didn't need a sock. I'm like, I've never heard of a human having a blockage before.
I think I have. Oh my God. That reminds me. I remember when many years ago, I got an arthroscopy on my leg, and Dr. Collins from Hinsdale Orthopedics in Hinsdale, Illinois, I was starting to go under for the anesthesia. And I said, Dr. Collins, I said, where did you graduate from? What school did you go to? He goes, oh, I didn't.
He's just practicing medicine because he felt like it.
And then years later, his son Brian was friends with my son Jonathan. And I said to him, I go, Dr. Collins, do you remember what you said to me? And he goes, oh, he goes, I was probably just, have it anyway. I'm like, that was the last thing I heard before going,
Before going out. It's like, I would have been like, we won.
You go to school. But anyway, going back to Ed, I love him. We think about the things that can happen. You talked about dog breeds, you talked about your sister, and all those things that we just don't take into consideration, which we need to, and we have to do that. And how do we get it across to the pet parents that they need to think about insurance? And I love how, it's healthy. It's keeping your pets healthy for a long time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But Jessica, it was great spending time with you today.
It was you also.
I know. We got a lot of fun things coming up here, guys.
We're going to be tired soon, but
very tired soon.
Go for it.
No, I was going to say we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Play, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere you want to be. And if you just guys want a picture of us, you want to hang out with us, email us, Trisha, Jessica, Pets or Family. We love guys, and giving a shout out. We sent some information to our friends Alicia and Stephanie. Love to have you on here if you're listening.
My trashy divorce. Yes. I want to talk to those ladies.
We want you on the air with us. So come on and have a lovely conversation with you guys. So anyway, guys, again, I say it every time. Go ahead, Jessica.
I was going to say we should make a notion, but it's going to be gone. I keep forgetting this is going to air afterwards because we're going to take the 2 weeks off for Super Zoo because we're going to be out. But this is going to air afterwards, so they're going to know that we took 2 weeks off because it's going to be afterwards.
They just are. How does that happen?
Well,
we are for the future. Guys, you can spend your time with anybody. We appreciate you spending your time with us. Jessica, take us out.
Wait, you got forget it. I always give my shout out to Kathy Delaney at Naps. I do. So, if you're ever looking for a professional pet sitter, go to Naps. I got to do that until I get off the board. I got to, because it's like, they're my homies. So love you, Kathy. And yes.
Okay.
I treat Teddy like family. He's my little buddy. And Bin Laden. Gotta love him too. So
thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a great one. We hope you enjoyed this new episode. And if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify or wherever you're listening to us today. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to find us on petsourfamily.net or any of our social channels, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. And we want to remind you, pets are family. Have a good one. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.